Hi, and welcome to this time of prayer. And what gives you hope? And maybe you're thinking, haven't you asked that question before? But here's the thing about hope. It so easily feels like it can be just run through our fingers every time we try to grab it, and something happens and despair comes flying in. Even when we're like, okay, today I'm gonna try, it's like we get sidelined or we get hit by something that we have no control over. And so to constantly be thinking about what gives us hope in the face of some of our greatest difficulties, with things that are unexpected, things that just drain us of energy and want to consume all of our thoughts and energy. What gives you hope? So for today, I've got Acts chapter 4, verses 2 through 4. They were incensed that the apostles were teaching the people and announcing that the resurrection of the dead was happening because of Jesus. They seized Peter and John and put them in prison until the next day. It was already evening. Many who heard the word became believers, and their number grew to about 5,000. Okay, so Peter and John are going around and they're talking about the resurrection. They're talking about the fact that nothing can stop God, that nothing can stop love in this world, that there is a possibility of renewal. There is hope in a better life. And they're going around, so you go, oh, wait a minute, that sounds pretty good. Like what they're talking about, that sounds like helpful to people's lives. People's lives can be transformed. You don't have to be stuck in a rut. You can thrive and you can be healed. Like you can experience healing in this world. It may not look exactly like we want it, but it is possible. And so to think about that, these officials are incensed by that message. And so they arrest Peter and John. Think about that. Peter and John are trying to do good, and they get arrested. They can't control what other people do, and we think, man, there comes the wham, right? That despair, like we're hopeful, we're trying to do good, and then somebody just comes at us. And what's interesting is, though, it says in verse 4, many who heard the word became believers, and their number grew to about 5,000. And so we may go, okay, so the hope there is that the good that they were doing, that even though others wanted to punish them for the good that they were doing, the good that they were doing went on to impact so many other people. So that's the hope, right? That's the hope that the good that we do will not stop. That will not stop because we are having a bad day, because somebody else is trying to get in our way. That we can facilitate good that goes beyond us. That goes and reaches people we never maybe even thought possible. 5,000. And that number just means a lot. A lot of people were impacted and encouraged by that love, by that possibility of a different life. And that right there, that's some hope. And so when we're feeling the despair, when somebody is trying to bring us down, trying to suck up all of our energy, what are we holding on to of hope that looks like doing good no matter what? That looks like impacting lives just by the way that we talk, by the way that we act, by the way that we engage the world. So, how will you have hope today? Pray with me. Oh God, sometimes it is so hard to have hope. Sometimes that despair just comes in at us. Sometimes there are those who just want to take our energy, that want to put us down, that want to just cause more pain. And oh God, it's so hard to hold on to hope in those moments. It's so hard to hold on to that hope of your presence, that hope of your healing, that hope of your love, when people they just want to take it from us. They want to cause pain. God, there's so much pain in this world that we have no control over. Help us to hold on to hope in the midst of everything. Help us have hope in your love, that your love will win. Amen. Have a great one.